Hello?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, something's wrong here. Let me do one more connection. Let me try something else.
Uh-oh.
It'll be
Oh,
simple.
man.
Yeah, it'll be
I'm not
simple.
happy about this.
No, it'll be good.
This is not going to go well.
It's gonna go perfect. Trust me. I'll call you right back.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yo.
Yo, what's going on?
Oh, same stuff. Waiting for us to get it cracking.
Oh my god, yeah. But definitely a different way we're doing it today. That's for sure.
Oh, my God. So what are you doing? Why is the studio a mess? Like, what exactly are you doing?
All right. So what ended up happening? I was having the problems with the controller, right?
Yeah.
Well, that ended up being that I had to rebuild the entire computer.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
Frankie, I just think you were bored and you just wanted to disassemble it
no.
and put it together again. Because you were just like, you know what, the dryer's been working too well. I need a new hobby. The
Yeah.
dryer's been fine. I'm tired of. I done taking that apart 10 times and put it back together. I need a new one. Oh, the computer.
No, no, far from it, dude. Far from it. If I tell you right now what I went through these last couple of weeks, I had
Oh
to
man,
I had to replace hard drives.
Jesus.
Yeah, because it was pretty bad. So the drive that I had inside there was going bad. So that's why I was having all those functions problems with the controller,
Okay.
bro. So all of a sudden I'm like looking at this thing going, do I rebuild it? Do I rebuild it? Do I rebuild it? And I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to rebuild this thing. It's gonna take me hours, if not days.
Oh my God.
As I'm
But
saying,
Frankie,
as
yeah,
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
that, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking it apart as I'm saying it. You, you,
you're you're working through it as you're talking to yourself. I don't know why this is not working. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom,
yeah,
chicka.
pretty much it. I'm telling you, it was pretty bad. So, long story short, on that end, it's all rebuilt.
Okay.
It
From the ground
works.
up.
It sounds good. It looks good. And then I'm like, oh, what else can I work on? So sure enough, I took all the wiring down for all the everything. I replaced all the wires.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what happens when
Oh,
we're out for like almost a month, or I think it
yeah.
is a month.
Has it been a month since we recorded?
The week before Mother's Day, so whatever that was.
All right. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks,
Awesome. Well,
but
anyway, do we need to do an audio check? Like, so how are we going to test this, Frankie?
well, right now, what basically you can do is you can keep talking. Oh, well, hold on. So,
Wait, Frankie, we're not
okay, hold
live
on.
right now, right?
No, no, we actually are live because
No,
we're no,
Frankie.
no, we're live. So you're gonna do a quick test,
We're
because we're
going to.
doing it through the phone.
Yes.
No, seriously, no. I
Oh my
know,
God.
I know. I did this to you once. I apologize for that. I won't ever do that to you again. But this time it's actual. You
From now
know,
on, I'm never saying hello. I'm just gonna be like, Frankie,
just
are we
just start
recording?
talking. Yeah, I think you need to just start asking me
Are we
questions.
recording? Okay, so is it coming through fine?
Um,
Because I
I,
don't know if the audience wants to hear this ridiculous banter of us testing this out right now as we go. This
well, according to James and Lewis, it sounds good.
all right. Audio's good. All
Audio's
right, we're up
good.
and
Hey,
running.
what's
All
going
right,
on,
man.
guys?
We gotta kick the tires. We gotta get going, man.
Yo,
I
this
can't
is
believe this.
crazy. So, I
This
mean,
is
like,
ridiculous.
dude,
That
I
means
was like, you would not believe.
that means we can start getting guests now.
Oh yeah, we
Yes.
can definitely we can definitely
Yes,
do guys.
guys, this we're trialing this right now so that we could eventually do interviews over the phone. That's right. If we have your phone number, we just might randomly call you to participate on the show.
Yeah, I tell you one thing,
I'm
you're
the
not
guinea
gonna see
pig.
right now. You're not gonna see a video because I look like yesterday got beat
You
up.
look like yesterday. Oh,
Yeah, like yesterday took a beating big time.
oh man, that's how I felt last week, man. I was walking around looking like who shot you, man. Like I was beat up. I want to matter of fact, since we started the show, let me just go ahead and address it now because we already mentioned about the little bit of the hiatus. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make it very clear. COVID is still here. I know they announced that the pandemic is over. I know they're saying that, hey, it's a wrap. COVID is still very much around and is very much here. And all I can say is be careful out there, do your due diligence, wash your hands. And because man, I got hit with it. And me and you tried to do the recording last time, but I was so beat up. It kept like it was just hanging on to me like a bad ex.
Oh my god, dude, it really got you that bad? I mean, like last week when we spoke, you were like, "Yo, I can't talk." I'm like, "All right, so don't talk."
Dude. So and every time I kept thinking I was, because me, I'm stubborn. So every time I kept thinking I was getting better, this thing was pulling me back like the mob. Like, we're not letting you out, kid. Like,
No,
it was like, yeah, it was tough, man. It had its tentacles in me, man. So I had me and you discussed it before. I had COVID before, so this is only the second time I had COVID. And I was telling me when we were talking, I was like, this is probably a worse experience than it was my first time. I felt like the first time I had the normal symptoms that everybody talks about. You get the aches, you get the chills, you have the cough, obviously that's almost consistent across the board. But my fever was mild. I think I had a mild fever, and I had like a lingering headache. This time around, bruh, I had all those symptoms. My fever said, you know what, we putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers right now. Hit up to 104.
no.
I was nauseous. I couldn't keep any food down. Bro, I lost 5 pounds in 3 days.
Yo, I ain't mad at you.
I mean, you stupid. He like, yo, forget that osmosis kick or whatever that's drug that everybody's taking. He's like, give me that COVID.
Would you call it Ozymetrics?
I don't know.
You mean
oxymoron medicine that everybody's taking?
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
I know. What is it called? Ozymetrics.
You can't.
Well, do your Googles, everyone. It's the new hit craze medicine everybody's taking for weight loss. And it's for people who have diabetes, but other people were like, not only help your sugar levels, but dang, this thing make you lose a few pounds.
That is crazy, dude. Well, people, be careful with the Oxycontin, Oxymetrics, and everything else out there. COVID is still around.
Yeah, be careful with that oxymoron, Joe.
Oh my god,
it's lethal. But yeah, man, that drug had me bent out, and then well, pause. But I tried to for us to bounce back and do the show, and I tried to power through it. And then that morning when I woke up, it was just like my congestion was so bad I could barely breathe through my nose. I turned into a mouth breather. And then when you breathe through your mouth all the time, then your throat is a mess. So then your throat is all scratchy. Yeah. You breathe through your mouth. You can't breathe through your nose. You're constantly doing the sniffles over the phone. I was like, this is going to be a terrible audio experience if people could hear me right now. Like, I cannot shake it. But thankfully, I pulled through. And I will say this much. I went through all that, and I consider myself a rather health-conscious person. Like, I work out. I'm careful what I eat. I take vitamins.
Okay, so does it really matter?
That's what but this is the thing, though. It matters to a degree, I think. I think it matters to the point that you give your body a fighting chance to not let the symptoms get worse if you are health conscious. But I do think that had I got this strain, because there's multiple different strands that everybody's getting. I feel that if you aren't a healthy individual and you get one of these bad strands, because you don't know which one you're going to get, it's like Russian roulette.
Right.
You get a bad one, and it could be like catastrophic for you. Because, like I said before, when I got it before, and since I had it before, I've been boosted, vaccinated, and all that stuff. And for it to hit me this hard, and
that's crazy.
Is supposed to legit, like, bro, like, all I'm saying is, be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. I know they're telling you it's over, but it's you do not want that again. I can assure you. You do not. COVID has been working out.
So was it like I'm asking because I don't know. Was it as bad as your first time around?
No, it was worse.
Get out.
I was vomiting.
What?
I didn't vomit the first time I got it. Like, I was nauseous. Like, I had, like, when you have that hangover and you're like sweating profusely?
Yeah.
You're like, ugh. I was like that for like 2 hours. Just in that mode of just sweating, not sure when it was coming up. I had to walk around with a bowl in a bag.
Oh my god.
Bro, it was bad, man. Of course, my wife just built a barricade, completely isolated me. And let me tell you, man, if the sickness don't kill you, the isolation will.
I don't know about that, man. Being
Let
quiet, being home by yourself is always a good thing. I ain't gonna lie.
And this, but wait, you know how me? I always talk all the time. Like I love being alone. I love being alone. Like you can leave me, let me be. I
Yep.
am okay being alone, but when you alone and sick, it's a different animal. Me and my imaginary friends. were
Well,
just
they didn't
beefing
catch
the whole
COVID.
time.
They didn't catch COVID. You did.
Yeah, they were looking at me like, "How could you put us in this position?" And
Dude,
the other one was like, "Yo, you need to shake it off."
that's hysterical. And they left you because they were like, oh, I can't deal with him.
They was like, they couldn't leave. You know, we all attached, so it was like they were just upset. They were just in the corner of the room talking about me. It was tough.
Yeah. Yo, that is crazy. So for those that are in the chat room right now, I'll just go.
Oh,
A
how
quick
do I
thing.
get in the chat room?
So
I'm always advocating this, and I can't even get into it.
You can't even
Why
get
did I
into
get
it.
the link?
I'm not texting you. We are.
Someone send me the link.
Dude, I'm not texting you the link. Well, you can't put it on your phone because then if you're talking to me through your phone, it's
I
not
know.
gonna work.
Wait, I gotta get on the computer.
All right,
I
so-
can't move. I can't get into my own chat. All right, keep going, Frankie.
For those that are here on the live show right now, we are actually doing the phone from our homes through the. We're actually doing the show through the phone today because obviously I couldn't get the studio ready in time for today after me taking it apart, and Rashawn just went through his own thing. So he's in his house and I'm in mine, and there are no videos
Yes.
because I'm telling you, I looked like a jacked up yesterday.
So
Not
listen,
a
ladies
pretty
and
thing.
gentlemen, if you thought we talked over each other before in person,
Yeah.
this audio adventure is about to get real ridiculous.
Yeah,
because
this
I don't
is-
know when his cues of when he's gonna stop or when he's gonna start.
Yeah,
This
so
is gonna be interesting.
the challenge is going to be real. But listen, all jokes aside, I did get some stuff ready.
Yeah.
So we do have a song and all that. So a quick intro, we can get that going, and then you
All
can
right,
do.
we got some music, Frankie.
Well, we got our intro. We got that going. So let me go ahead and start with that.
All right, DJ Fire, let's go ahead and get it cracking lacking. We got a fun show ahead of us. We're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna enjoy this Sunday.
We're gonna
It's yeah, we're gonna try to. So good luck to everyone and us. And hopefully I can get into the chat while the music's playing.
Let's go.
I usually rely on Frankie for this.
Listen up, everyone!
We heard what the people wanted more. Well, all for one and one for all. Welcome to season 4.
Yeah, rocking with the best.
In the Cloud Radio proudly presents Life Lessons with Idiots.
Let's go.
Come for the music and comedy, but stay a little longer for the lessons. They're not the smartest in the room.
10 million, you might have some stipulations, right?
Yeah, well, 10 million.
You might be like, all right, so how long is the
I
kiss?
might have to like hold his back, his lower back.
What? Why are you holding him?
Because I want to be sure the money's in that pocket.
He's not holding 10 million in his butt.
But they're definitely not the dumbest. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, welcome to Life Lessons with Idiots. We're your boys, Frankie and Rashawn. We're back once again. Today is June 4th, 2023. It's the first part of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first part of the month. Get up, get up. It's the first part of the month, baby. We here.
Yep, we here.
And I'm in the chat, Frankie. I'm in there.
Oh,
We back.
you got all the business going.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm getting my IT hat on.
You're funny. Hold
Oh,
on.
man.
I'm gonna
Thank you,
switch
everyone.
headset. Hold on.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on this podcast. Welcome all of our day one listeners. Shout out to Lewis. Shout out to James. Shout out to Ro. We appreciate all of you and our fellow idiot family. By the way, if you want to be like us, you can tune into the live stream right now. If you go on to www.mixcloud.com, in the Cloud Radio, and you should be able to come right into the live chat and participate with the fellow idiots. For all of our new listeners, thank you for stopping by. And also, shout out to my peoples, the bingers. Yeah, we got a few new bingers. Shout out to my cousin Christine. She's been holding it down. She's been actually binging through a lot of our old episodes while we were on that little brief hiatus, and she's been spreading the word to her coworkers. So thank you, cuz. Appreciate you. Thank you for getting the word out and letting people know about this fun show. And yeah, she's been enjoying it, and she's been going through the archives, working her way back in time. So it's great. I actually, it's so funny. Before we started the show, I logged into Mixcloud, and I was trying to just navigate the site to figure this all out. I could get into the chat. And I tuned into our very first episode.
Oh, that's
and
embarrassing.
It's so, man.
That is so embarrassing. Wow.
Listen, I have to say, Frankie, you know what? Applause to us. Applause to us. Because, man, we came a long way. We literally started the show off of me talking to your wife about laundry and panties. And yes.
Yeah, well, right now I'm close enough that I can hit the board.
Oh yeah! Oh, now we got sound effects. You know, this might have to be a permanent thing. But
well, if we can get the video going, we can do that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Super excited, man. Oh, by the way, for all of our new listeners and fellow bingers, if you don't know, you can definitely follow us on Spotify, as well as Samsung Podcast, Apple Podcast, whatever your favorite streaming service, whether through Alexa, Amazon. We are across all streaming services, so by all means, give us a follow on those so you can stay up to date on all the newest episodes as soon as we post them, or when we go on live. We're also on YouTube as well, so if you prefer to use YouTube as your streaming service to watch us live, I don't know if the visual is going to go up on YouTube for this one. We might just shoot up the audio. So this is a little bit of an unorthodox show, but this is a good trial run for us because me and Frankie, for months, almost years, have been wanting to get more guests onto the show that we could just kick it with and have jokes with, and let some of our fellow idiots who are always in the chat participate in the conversation. So this is a great trial run for us to be able to test this out. So it should be really exciting this season. So
it's funny. You're calling it a trial run. I'm like, yeah, we were able to do the show.
Yeah, but
because when you got sick, I'm like, you're not coming to my house.
I know. Frankie was like, no. I don't let sweaty people, sick people, or poor people into my house. And I was like, oh, okay.
Because I'm all of those in one. I don't need another.
I can't. Oh, by the way, before we even get started, I want to just go ahead and start the show up right now, just saying rest in peace to Tina Turner, the legend, aka Anna May. I just want to say rest in peace to her. What an amazing life she lived. I think I mentioned on earlier episodes how I watched her documentary on HBO. And it was, if you haven't watched it, please by all means check it out. What an amazing, brave woman, and she's truly the queen of rock and roll. My grandfather put me on to Tina Turner. He was a big fan of Tina Turner. So when I was younger, we would see her music videos, he'd have her records, and so this was kind of surreal for me to hear that she passed away, but she lived a long life, and God bless her and her family, man, because everything that she's went through to be remembered this way is pretty awesome. So big fan of Tina Turner, and thank you for everything she's given.
Not too long ago, she just gave up she sold her music collection for
really?
for $53 million, and I was like, damn, that's slow. Kind of makes sense. I mean, again, I'm assuming this is what happened. She, the reality was that, she knew she wasn't doing well. She wanted to be sure that it's guaranteed to stay out there. And she just turned around and said, okay, let's go. Guess what?
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy about her? She was never, for her, it was never about the money. No. She was truly an entertainer from start. And the thing is, I remember hearing, she grew up in the church and, becoming this big, who she is now, who she became. It was never even in her imagination. She just wanted to just entertain and sing to people, and to go from there to then meeting Ike, and who, despite all the domestic violence, they created magic together with some of those hit records. And maybe I think when that divorce happened, she walked away with only her name, and I think Ike was able to retain the rights to all that music that she had then. So for her to then restart her career in this next chapter where she's much older.
Right.
And perform the way she did. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have a Beyonce. You wouldn't have a Taylor Swift. You wouldn't have a Janet Jackson, because if you've ever seen a Tina Turner concert, it was bigger than life. That woman, she was on the crane with no rope, no strings, nothing. She was on the crane above the audience, dangling. like singing her heart out, like the things that she used to do in heels.
Right.
Bruh, yo,
No,
Tina was
she
different,
she was
man.
different, definitely. Well, listen,
Yeah.
couple of things I want to throw out there. First, I want to congratulate Half Pint's oldest. He just graduated from high school. That's a big accomplishment.
Nice, congrats.
Congrats. She's in the chat there, and we have a new idiot that's a member.
A new idiot.
Yeah.
Ooh, who's the new idiot member?
Mimi had a baby.
Mimi had a baby. Oh man! Congratulations, Mimi.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
So she has another one here with us. Actually, we're at her house, obviously, but I think everything is well. I think we haven't spoken much. All I know is that the baby arrived and everything's good.
Awesome, beautiful. Congrats to you and your family, Mimi.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Nice little addition there.
Oh, absolutely. Don't listen. We don't do. You can't use us for like to put them to sleep or anything like that. Like he says,
No.
Yeah,
no.
we're not voices they want to hear at night because they're gonna hear our voices for the rest of their lives. Don't do that.
Oh my God! Don't do that to that child. Don't let them grow up listening to idiots.
She said,
Give back to-
"My
give the
little
child a
Isaiah."
chance. Oh, Isaiah! What a beautiful name.
Well, she Isaiah, right? That's yes, Isaiah. Same thing, I think.
I think it's Isaiah, like Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, no. Well, she spelled it Isaiah.
Oh, the letters are moving again. Frank.
Yeah, they're shifting. They look like bicycle wheels. Damn dyslexia.
Oh man, I got a great In Vogue joke for you. In Vogue, I have a great In Vogue joke for you, but you know what? You're never gonna get it.
See, this is the reason why I am so happy that I did not take all this time to put the studio back together. Because if you would have said that joke in my house, I would have thrown you out.
Oh
You're
man,
never gonna get
Frankie,
it.
Frankie, I told Lewis the other day. I was like, "Yo, Lewis," I said, "What's blue and doesn't weigh that much?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Light blue."
Oh my God.
He said, "Leave the soccer field now." He has he's coaching my
Good.
son. He said, "Just leave." He said, "You can go in the car."
Yeah, Lewis, you just need to throw him out. Throw him out. Get rid of him. So,
All right, man. We had our fun. Let's go ahead and get started. You want to get started with the show?
yeah. So first of all, I got my little thing that I always have a little rant.
Oh, okay. You want to start ranting right at the start?
Well, it's not really a rant. So we all know that I need to buy. Well, nobody knows. You know, but I need to get a car. The van.
Oh yeah.
The van is on its way. You know, it's looking at the junkyard in the sky. Well, I don't care what you call it, but dude,
He said the junkyard. This guy. The car's go to heaven.
yeah, it's got to go to heaven for all it's been through. That car has to go to heaven.
That car is a saint.
Oh my God, it is. Let me tell you, these dealerships are a joke. If they think that they're gonna pull more money out of my pocket, they are nuts. So I get to the dealership. First, I get my own pre-approval. So now when when they go to do my like when they're make a deal
Yeah.
and they go to run my background check, I don't take the hit. I already took the hit when I did the pre-approval.
Yeah. You already sorted out. You have the money. You have the bank secured and everything.
Yeah, everything's secured. So now all they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is contact my people, and boom, it's there. So it's not going to affect my credit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What is the first thing he says? Oh, let me get your driver's license. You want to take it out for a test drive? I don't need to take it out for a test drive. Oh, but give me your license anyway. What do you need my license for?
Because they want to hold you hostage.
Well, they want to hold you hostage. Two, I was talking to a guy. They said, you know what they do? They do soft inquiries.
Mm.
Now I know that those soft inquiries do not affect the credit score.
Yeah. It's like a straw.
But it affects the way that they talk to me.
Mm.
So if they see that my credit score is a 500, they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You stupid, Frankie. Your score is nowhere near 500.
But I know it's not. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You're saying in general. Like
in general, so if they're gonna turn around and start doing stuff like this, dude, we have to. We can't do this to ourselves. You know, don't give them the driver's license. I learned one thing: have them drive the car.
Wait a minute. So that part right there, them drive the car. So you gonna hey, you test drive it, and I'll watch you drive around this parking lot.
Because you know what ends up happening? You know what ends up happening?
happened?
They start driving, and they're like, you know something? You need to get on the side. You need to check it out. I did it twice, and it worked.
Wait, you got in the car with the guy?
I said, yeah, I just want to say, I want to send the passenger side. I just want to take a look. And the guy's like, he's like, are you serious? I said, yeah, I just want to sit in the passenger side.
Frankie, you treated the guy like he was an Uber.
Yeah, dude, it worked.
He went to the dealership and was like, I want you to drive me to McDonald's.
And you know, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, you can go ahead and do the driving, so I can just check out the car, see all the features and all this and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started going back and forth. Mimi, no, they just need your name and address in order to pull your credit. So the guy's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah. A car's a car. If I sit in the seat and I like the way the seat fits, you can drive me around. I don't care. I'll feel it." Bro, I was like about a mile away from the dealership. The guy's like, "You know something? I'm just gonna pull over." He says, "Take the wheel." I'm like, "All right." Oh. Did it twice. Worked out both times. They didn't pull my information. Long story short, I didn't make a deal with them anyway.
I love it, Frankie. I love it.
But think about it. What they're doing those soft inquiries. I mean, again, they're not harmful to you, but they add up. You don't see it on the like when you do your full report, you'll get to see how many times they do that. So I was like, yeah, okay, no, I'm not falling for this one. So then,
no, way to hold your guns, Frankie. I mean, you did the right thing. I just thought it was hilarious, and now Lewis agrees with me. He says this may be the way to get to where you need to go. Just go to a dealership and be like, "Yo, I got some errands to run."
Yeah, can you just take me to Wawa first, and then we can go to Home Depot?
I just want you to walk me through my day. Let's go to the dry cleaners first. Got to pick up my clothes. Then we're gonna go here to get some lunch. I need to make sure this is the car for me.
I'm telling you, it worked. So then, so listen to this. So I'm going back and forth, right? So we're going back and forth.
Take them to the grocery store next time, Frankie.
Yeah. You got bags? Because we're in New Jersey.
Yeah. You got bags in the store?
So you got bags? Oh, you only got two?
With me. I need you to come with me into the store.
You go get the cereal while I go get the sauce. No, so then, you know, after that, I start walking around, you know, and I'm like, okay, that was day one, day two. So then I ended up talking to a couple of guys and I've tried to do everything through text, which a lot of these guys are fine with. Mm-hmm. So I saw one car that I liked, right? And it was the Mitsubishi Outlander. I like the body of it. I go, the price looks good. And I already had spoken to the salesperson. Mm-hmm. Bro, I go to the dealership. I don't see him. Listen to how this is. He's like, yo, I text you so much, and we went back and forth. Here are the keys. There's the car. Go take it for a test drive.
Oh shoot! All right, bet. That's you know that's how it was when I went to the Acura spot. Like I spoke to them for so long that when I went in there, they were just like, "Just go."
The guy was like, "I'm on lunch. Just go ahead. Just take the car." And then I'm with my wife, and she's like, "He's just giving you the keys." I says, "What else is there?"
I know. Yeah, we've been over this.
We went over everything. So, shout out to those, to that type of salesman.
I love dealerships like that.
But the journey continues because we couldn't come to a deal because they're still doing that markup on price.
Oh, yeah.
So if the website turns around and tells you it's $43,000, and they approve you through the website for that price, right? And you go to the dealership part of the website, the dealership has the right to give you that markup. But if you buy it online through the site, through, like, say, for instance, whether it's Toyota or Ford, they honor it right through there, and all you do is pick up your car at the dealership.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I had a few situations like that because a lot of car dealerships, they will post a vehicle online, but they'll put it at a reduced price, even though it's not the real price, but it's just to get you to come there. Yeah. And then when they come there, they be like, oh, it was a typo. No, that's not right. But you know what? We can still make a deal. Let me know. What are you looking for as a monthly payment? That is the ultimate, because they'll make your monthly payment be whatever. You'll just be paying for 10 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that either. And the guy's like, he said, I can get you to $650.
Yeah.
$650 is not a number for me. So we went back and forth, and then he's like, he's about to draw the four squares. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, now, I'm done.
I hate when they do that. Like, yo,
it's the biggest scam.
Don't they know that most people know this stuff already? Like, why do they keep doing this? Like, that's the thing. When I talk to them on the phone, I'm like, yo, don't waste my time when I get there. Like, I know what I want. I already researched it. I already know it. I have the money. I just need you to get me out the door with the car. Like, no fluff, no glory. I want to be in and out. Treat this like fast food.
Yep. Be like the
Make it
Uber
my
driver
way.
that I had.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, we're going to the grocery store and you're bringing bags.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's still bad out there. So I'm still driving the van. So it'll probably be another month or so before I can actually get something that's worth it.
Well, I just hope the van. I'm gonna pray for you, man. I'm gonna pray for that van to just keep holding on, to give you some more time so that you can find the right deal. I was just gonna say, instead of going straight to these dealerships, if you're really serious, I would say, consider some of these used car dealerships. I know, look for ones that are like certified pre-owned, because usually with the certified pre-owned, even if it's used, they at least have a record of all the maintenance that they put onto the car, and you usually have a guaranteed warranty on there, that it comes, with the certification. So I would say, if anything, if you can't find anything at these regular big time dealerships, I would say try some of the local dealerships and see if they have any certified pre-owned vehicles on their lot. Yeah.
One way or another,
Hopefully,
I'll
man.
get something.
My fingers are crossed for you, brother.
I appreciate it. And my last little thing I'm going to bring up
Yeah, go ahead.
from the past, because obviously we've been gone for like about 3-4 weeks. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets. I wasn't going to let this could have gone 5 years without a show, and I'm telling you right now, shout out to the Denver Nuggets. You have got a loyal fan in me.
Yo,
You swept. Go ahead.
For those that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, the Denver Nuggets beat the Los Angeles Lakers, which includes various NBA players, but most prominent is the player by the name of LeBron James.
The flop.
Frankie has a very strong, deep-seated disdain for that man. Not for his athletic abilities, not for his ability to score.
No,
it's how he plays the game, and it grinds Frankie's gears.
It pisses me
with
off.
No
you will
oil.
not believe. It's so bad. Listen to how bad it is. That the commissioner, starting next year, there's going to be a no flop rule.
Oh yeah, well they already had. The refs were supposed to be calling out fouls when people are flopping. They're like, they was supposed to be like, but they haven't been diligent with it.
Yeah, but LeBron was on the bench. He wasn't even playing, and he flopped and got to the free throw line. Dude, come on, seriously. Thank you, Denver Nuggets.
I can't.
You got a fan in me all day.
He went and bought nuggets. He bought chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
He went and bought nugget jersey.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have every single one, the entire team, past
He's
and
got the whole team.
past and present, the entire history. I'm so proud of them.
No one was happier than Frankie when the Denver Nuggets swept the Lakers.
Dude, I was so happy. You have no idea.
Frankie's like, when is the parade? Like, he said, they already won.
As far as they won the entire thing.
I have to say, this has been the most exciting NBA playoffs of all times. If you haven't been watching, or if you're not a basketball fan, I would say highly suggest you at least tune in. Well, maybe not now, because honestly, I do think that Denver Nuggets is the better team against Miami. But I've been enjoying watching Miami's journey, mainly for the fact that they were the 8th seed, which is basically like the worst seed to get into the playoffs, and they beat the number 1 seed on their bracket, which was the Milwaukee Bucks. They then went on to play the Knicks. Everybody has been picking Miami to lose every round, and Miami has been winning. They're only the second team to be an 8th seed and make it to the NBA Finals. Their journey, especially when they beat Boston, because you guys know I can't stand anything in Boston. It's been just a fun ride watching them. I would like to see them pull the upset, because I love watching their journey, this whole playoff series, and I think they have the best coach in the NBA besides Greg Popovich. But I don't think they're going to beat the Denver Nuggets. I think they play tonight. Denver's up 1-0.
8
So
o'clock.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for Miami. I would like to see them win, but I don't know if there's an answer for Denver yet. They got too much depth.
No, but Denver had the answer for me, so thank you.
I know. And Frankie's all his wishes have. Frankie told me the week before they played, he says, listen, I don't even watch basketball that regularly, but if they sweep the Lakers, I will
I'm a
ride
fan.
for this team.
I am a fan. I am a diehard fan, dude. I can't stand.
He said, "I'm a diehard fan." He's buying all the memorabilia.
Oh, absolutely. I'm getting everything possible. I do not care. I cannot stand. It's just LeBron to me. I get his numbers and all that. Just don't like him. And there's nothing. I mean, like, I respect his game, but I every time I see him on the court, it's just like, ugh. Hurry up and
I have
get
no
off.
beef with LeBron.
I
I just don't like when people compare him to Jordan. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
That's my whole beef. Even though I know a lot of people make some pretty strong arguments and stuff like that, but no, don't compare the two. Don't even compare him to Kobe, in my eyes. But yeah, I'm gonna move on from that because
I'm done with that. So yeah, it's all yours now.
All right, awesome. Good rants, Frankie. Good rants. Let me ask you something. So I was talking to one of my friends recently, and
first of all, every time you say, "Let me ask you something," I end up being put into an awkward position, right?
Oh, absolutely. This one's a layup. This is easy.
Okay.
This is just some general advice that I think you could just give to the people that I think need it. People who are just starting a relationship, and people who are just they went through the dating phase, and they're getting to that point where they say you 2 years into the relationship, and they're trying to get to that next level. And the next level is either A, you either move in together, or B, the person might consider proposing. So let me ask you, first off, are we both in agreement that the two parties should probably move in together before considering proposing and getting married?
No.
We're not in agreement on that.
No. There's no way.
Okay, this is good. I didn't expect that. I thought me and you was one mind on this one.
No.
All right. So you think that people should get married and then move in together?
Yeah. Old school.
What we do that? You're old. Okay. Well, I didn't expect this. I like this.
Dude,
give me your argument on that.
My argument is simple. If you don't have a binding contract with somebody, they can get up and leave you with nothing.
No, but all right. So I'm talking like moving into like an apartment together.
Okay. So,
not like they're not going to buy a house.
Okay,
so what I'm saying is like they move in together.
So they live in an apartment for 15 years, right? Living together, right? And they turn around and you're like, oh, they bought cars, but they bought a timeshare somewhere. They got this, they got that, and then one decides, I'm out. Now what happens? Just because you're not you're not married? Where are the benefits to this? Marriage is a binding contract.
I get you.
Two people to be together, to live together.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's that type of contract. It's the agreement you're making to be together. Listen. There are people out there that live together, and I'm close friends with them. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it for them, but for me, I'm not moving in with anybody else. God forbid something happens right now, and no, that's not happening. And I'm hoping my kids that when they decide to move and do what they want to do, before they end up living with somebody, they end up hopefully they get married.
Okay. No, Frankie, I don't. I know a few people who feel the exact same way as you do. Like they feel that when you move in with somebody, you are committing to that person and you're trying to build this life with this person. Let's put a ring on it and let's solidify. Let's build this contract that you two are one and going forward. Me personally, my views on the whole thing is, my child will have. I've shared this with my children as well. And if I haven't, I haven't shared with Mason, but I think I mentioned it to Jasmine. My whole thing is I feel that you don't really know someone until you move in with them. I feel that there are aspects of a person when you move in with them that you discover. Because how you see a person outside of their home, that's pretty much, I feel like, that's what they present to the world. I think when you really get to know them is when you coexist, even if it's for a short period of time. Like, say you guys just say, hey, you both have apartments. My lease is coming out. We could save some money so we could save towards a wedding. Let's move in together for a bit so we can stack our bread.
So, okay, hold on. Save for a wedding. You're already having your cake.
No.
But you're already having the cake.
What I'm saying.
And I get the whole wedding part. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have the wedding. They should. But when you have the wedding, it's because you guys are uniting.
Yeah. But I think that...
But if you're united already, why are you having a wedding for?
What I'm saying is I think sometimes when you do move in with each other and you start noticing different things that from a living arrangement standpoint, that could really break up a relationship. So all right, let's just all right. We're gonna revisit
No,
this
I'm gonna
part,
give you
but
an example. I'm gonna throw one at you real
but,
quick.
but hold on. Before because the real question I wanted to ask you was like when two people are moving in together, because this is gonna tie back to the
Okay.
what we discussed earlier. When two people move in together, what are like your messages for the do's and don'ts when moving in together? Like, what do you think are like the initial rules that should be established when two people are moving in?
First thing you need to establish is what the finances are.
Boom, me and you are in agreement there. I think a budget and how things are getting paid, who's covering what
Right.
bills, how we splitting the bills, definitely number one. Because me and you both know finance, no good finance, no good romance. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Frankie.
Dude, there's no way that you. Okay, so you move in with somebody like, oh, I didn't have to pay rent before. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
you're living with somebody now that you have to. Well, how much?
yeah.
It's 1,100. Why 1,100 if I only sleep in the one room? But you use the bathroom, you use the kitchen, you use the electricity, you use everything
Uh
else.
huh.
I'm not paying for that. We split it.
Uh huh.
And
Yep.
that's the way it's
Okay.
done today. Old school, you used to put everything in one bank and that's it, and it all got
Mhm.
paid together. So it's a different world at that point.
Mhm.
So that's my first thing is the finance part.
Okay. We and you are both locked in on that one.
Second is cleanliness.
And okay, all right. All right. That was your second one. My second one was even before to get in the house, Frankie. Was going to be, and matter of fact, what you're saying with cleanliness, that's going to be my number three. So, and I think me and you on the same page there. Basically, like, uh, who should be assigned, I would say, responsibilities in the house. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to do the laundry? Who's going to do the garbage? Who's going to do the dishes? Like, just it should be a shared partnership on the upkeep of the house
Okay, so
and cleanliness.
so everything you said right there
Yeah,
should be 50-50 regardless of whatever. Okay, unless
yeah.
unless you're living in the projects and you got to carry a gun to take out the garbage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes cooking has to be done by one because the other one just doesn't
True.
know, or they
Absolutely.
or they you know how to make stuff that you like but not what everybody
Yeah.
else likes.
You compromise. You
The
compromise on
compromise.
who can do what. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm total agreement there. So right there, me and you, we're lockstep. The only one what I think takes precedence before that is, and it goes back to what you were saying before. When you get a place with somebody, or if you guys decide to move in together, I think both parties, whether it's a house, whether it's apartment, you should both put both your names on the lease.
Oh,
That way,
absolutely.
God forbid, if either party wants to step away, it has to be in a mutual agreement. Like one person can't just be like, "Well, I pay all the bills in here. This is my name on this apartment. You got no ties to this apartment," and then kicking the other person out. Like I think none of that should never get to that point. I think both people should be equally responsible for the place. So that way, if the rent don't get paid, you're both penalized. If this don't get paid, you both get. You go
No,
down
no,
together.
I hear you on that. No, that makes
Yeah.
total sense. You know that I
Yeah.
know I know several. I mean, like throughout my life, I know guys, couples that were together for 10, 15, even 20 years, just living
Yeah.
together, and they're like, "Why don't we just hurry up and get married?" I mean, we've
Mhm.
been together for so many years. We have kids, and all this. And we got grandchildren together, and all this. And all. I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
bro. Do you know that every single one that I know so far, they have gotten married after living together for an extended amount of time, are
Mhm.
divorced?
Wow.
That piece of
What was
paper
the
does make a difference. It really does.
What was it like? But what? No, you trust me. I'm in agreement with you that that paper does make a difference. Only because I think, for other psychological reasons, why I think that paper makes a significant difference. But I do think um, that when you live together and you go through these sort of like life lessons of jointly paying bills together and jointly covering responsibilities in the house, these are the kind of things that can make or break a relationship. Like if you can't get these things right, I think the idea of you want to go into whatever kind of marriage you want to get into is just you'll know right then and there. Like I'm not gonna go ahead. Like this ain't for me because we can't even connect on this stuff to coexist. How are we supposed to be in a binding contract with one another that could be even more detrimental to both parties financially and physically and mentally? Because once you go into a
Yeah.
divorce, you got to worry about lawyers. You got all these third parties that got to have a say on your relationship. Whereas if you guys would just be like, you know what, we tried to make this work. We both had this apartment. It didn't work out. We can't live together. You're totally different than when I thought when me and you were seeing each other. This ain't gonna work. and we'll go our separate ways,
Right.
rather than marriage
Right.
and everything else. Like that could get ugly.
So now,
In my opinion.
here's the other side of it that has nothing to do with inside the house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, there's a guy trip, there's a girl trip. Either way, it's a trip. They all go down to, they're hanging out. Well, I'm just gonna throw. They went to Texas. I don't know. Or they went to Canada. I'm not throwing a specific place because they're like, oh, I just went there, whatever.
Okay.
And they're having a good time. This
this
is a hypothetical.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Which
couple
has
trip.
right.
They're going together.
No, they're going separate. One's going with their girlfriends, and the guy's going with his friends, right?
Okay, I want to touch on this too.
Okay,
Go.
so they go ahead. They're hanging out and all this and all that. Boom. One of them meets somebody of the opposite sex and like, ooh, they're cute. Oh, there's and all that. And they're like, well, you can't do anything because, you with such and such. What's the first word that comes out of their mouth? I'm married. So what ends up happening? Now
they do their thing.
They do their thing. So now the
Funny,
secret's being
if
built.
they were married, if they were really interested, you
Listen,
think because they were married they wouldn't do it?
When you know that contract is there, it makes it a lot harder to even think about doing something like that.
Bro, there's like 100 movies. There's a TV series all about people having affairs.
Yeah, I know. But listen, I got nothing to worry about. The only affair that I'm having is with my refrigerator.
or Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry and I, we broke up. They got rid of the Cherry Garcia.
Okay. No, I hear what you're saying. Like you're saying give them some pause because if you're married, you'll be like, nah, I'm married. Like it's something in your mind that you'll say, I'm in this committed relationship. But I think that regardless whether you're married or whether you're not married, if you're in a committed relationship and you are thinking of doing it, regardless of your relationship status, depending on your situation, you might still do it. But depending on what your relationship with
I mean, like you might be in a miserable relationship that you're married.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm to do it because guess what? This marriage is over regardless. So what happens in Canada stays in Canada.
I know. Different zip code, different strokes. Like you never know. Like
I totally get that.
Yeah. But no, I see what you're saying though. Like I do think that it might give you there is a sort of like psychological pause because you feel like, hey, because we're married, we're even more so committed. Like because we know how painful divorce could be or whatever. Like we want to kind of avoid it. Felix is in the room. Felix,
he's saying we're depressing him because we're talking about this topic. It's a good topic, God. Felix. You just want us to talk about stuff that gets me riled up and gets me spitting things that are inappropriate.
All right, how about this, Reggie? I think we help some people there with that.
No, he says, how about the times that it does work out? No, it does work out. Absolutely. I totally understand. There are a lot of people that live together forever and it works out. Not Felix saying anything bad about them.
Felix is like, yo, my lady's listening. We ain't married yet.
But it does work out. I'm not saying they don't work out. I mean, like obviously they do, but to me, my opinion, you put the lock on it and you got the better guarantee. I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, like,
I feel you. But there ain't no guarantees in life, brother.
I was gonna say you pay your taxes and die, but I know so many people that don't pay taxes.
I know. There's always an outlier, Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie, hey, since you like taking scenarios, let me give you one. Imagine you're in Dunkin' Donuts, right? And you pull up.
Yo, why are you laughing by yourself?
Like, Frankie, you pull up, you order, you got your coffee, you got your bagel, and you're like, all right, let me keep going. I'm just saying Dunkin' Donuts hypothetically. Mm-hmm. And you go up, and it's a car ahead of you. That car ahead of you pays for your food. Like you pull up to the booth and you're like, oh man, this person paid for me. Oh man, I want to pay it forward, right? And you're like, you know what? I want to pay it forward and pay for the guy behind me. And the guy goes, oh, okay, their total is $36. Are you paying?
No.
You think you're just not gonna pay it?
No,
pay it forward right then and there. You're gonna just
let me explain the pay it forward mentality.
All right, go ahead.
You don't do it because you're being forced to. You do it because you want to. I'll give you an example. Give you an example.
You feel all good inside. You feel all the good juju, and you're like, oh man,
which is fine.
Do it too.
And I've done that. I've done that. My daughters and I, we were at Wendy's one time, and there was this man. The drive-through was the only thing open. And I see that he's an older man. You know, he's not doing good. You know, it's pouring rain, and he's standing out there. No, ordering food. No, you could tell that he was walking for a while. This man, I wasn't gonna give him a ride. I have my kids in my car, but I'm over here and I see him. So when I go to the drive-thru and I go to place my order, I tell the lady, I go, do me a favor, let me pay for the man in front of us that's outside. She's like, oh, he's about to pay. I said, no, let me pay for it.
Nice.
And I'll do it that way. But because somebody decided that they wanted to pay mine and mine was like nothing, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta feel obligated because the girl there or the boy there's like, well, you know that they've been doing this all week. I'm like, well, guess what? The chain stops here. I'm not doing it that way.
All right, so Frankie, say it wasn't. Is it a price point or is it like for me, what I'm saying is, if I was gonna spend, let's just say $12 for whatever I ordered at Dunkin' Donuts, right, and the person behind me. I say, you know what? This person paid for me. I was going to spend this money anyway. I want to continue to pay it forward. And the person behind me, their order is $20. I'll do it because it's like, you know what? I want to keep passing on that goodness because I'm okay financially. I could cover this one for this person. Because what I'm saying,
I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
You know what? I know you are.
But hold on.
Let me give you. Hold on, come on. Let me give you a different scenario. I got one for you. Because this is so funny. I love this, Frankie. You're so funny. Listen, Frankie, how about this?
Felix, I'm cheap. I'm not cheap, Felix.
Wait, no, he's not cheap.
I'm not cheap.
Frankie, I'm giving you another scenario.
I am cheap.
How about this? You get a deposit into your PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. I know you don't like any of those digital payment things, but imagine you have a Cash App account, right? And you get a deposit from some church. They accidentally sent it to DJ Fire.
I give it back. I give it back. That I give back.
You don't think that the Lord
No.
might have blessed you?
No, because the person at the church or wherever, they were like, "Row." They listen. They're not picking my name out of a hat. That was an honest mistake.
They wanted to send it to to the sinners in the fire of hell. But
and they ended up DJ Fire by it was very close to the email address. No, I'm not doing it. No, it's not. Now let me tell you, I've gone places and I seen I was at ShopRite one time and this lady was she was online with her kid wanted, I forgot what it was. He wanted some snacks. And I heard her talking to him in Spanish, and she's telling him, listen, I can't afford that. I could only get the necessities.
Okay.
That's when I turn around. You know something? Somebody paid for something for me one time. Let me pay it forward. And I didn't just pay for that little thing. I paid for all her groceries. I'll do it that way.
Yeah.
But, just because first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're broke and you can't afford to do certain things, you should not be at Starbucks. You should not be at Dunkin' Donuts. You should be making your stuff at home. So the people that are going there most likely have a couple of bucks in their pocket.
I like your deductive reasoning here.
Okay. It's the way I see it. So, if I see at McDonald's, I go to McDonald's and I've seen it where the lady's like, my coupon didn't work. I can't afford. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay for it. And I'm watching the whole thing break out. I see the whole scenario happen. I'll pay for the food. Okay, because the kid should not suffer, or whoever they are. They need to eat.
Yeah, you'd be like, the kid gets his Happy Meal, but you're gonna have to starve. Yeah, you gotta figure your life out.
Yeah. Pay that electricity.
Don't touch this kid's Happy Meal either.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely do that. But no, I'm not doing it because somebody else is telling me to do it.
No one's telling you. I was just saying because the goodness of
my heart is gonna say thank you.
Somebody covered my tab. I want to continue paying it forward. That's all.
I do pay it forward, but I don't pay it forward at that moment when it's expected by some kid who's on TikTok that's gonna blow me up. He didn't pay for it. Who cares? I don't need to post it on TikTok to know the good deeds that I do. I don't have to advertise them.
I know, Frankie. It's okay. You don't have to get defensive.
You're getting me mad. No,
You got this. Felix is calling you cheap.
Yeah, Felix, no, I'm not cheap.
Oh, cheap. I can't. Speaking of fast food, I thought about you because I know you've been thinking about that one. We mentioned on a podcast a while ago about people who burn their mouth on coffee, and I saw the whole thing with the lawsuit with the little girl.
Right.
She received a second-degree burn on her leg from one of the hot nuggets that her mom picked up from McDonald's. The nugget landed on her leg.
Okay, where are they getting hot nuggets? I've ordered nuggets from McDonald's, and those things are always warm.
So that is true. In fact, you better hope they warm because sometimes they come to you cold. But my thing is like they must have been like because sometimes I used to work in fast food, and that grease that it's in, like when they're especially in drive-through, they throw those nuggets in the hot grease. They cook that junk, and it's like a 10-minute zap. And as soon as it come out, those nuggets are scorching. So I can only assume she got a fresh batch. They threw that junk right in her Happy Meal, whatever it might be. And then maybe when she took it out and she bit it, and then it burned her mouth, and then she dropped the nugget, it fell on her leg, and the grease that was still wet around the nugget burned the leg because a second-degree burn?
It doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
But
Listen, I used to work there. I used to work
Yeah.
at McDonald's. Let me tell you something.
I was at Wendy's. I don't know how McDonald's nuggets.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how McDonald's does it. It's all fried and all that, but then it goes into this plastic container.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the back of the container, and they're constantly pulling from from the front of it. So I'm sorry, I think something
Not
else
the
happened.
Happy Meal. I think the Happy Meal comes like the fries, where it comes into that little slot thing where they just dump them in there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know the fries, the little container one. Yeah, I think the Happy Meals. I think it comes in now. It comes in a little bag because the kids get the smaller portion. So if it came in that hot greasy bag and she grabbed it and was like, "I'm just gonna tear this nugget up," and she threw that bad boy in the mouth and that thing flew out. Second-degree burn on your leg from a nugget.
Yeah, I'm calling BS. I'm sorry. I've never gotten a hot meal from any of those places. Every time I order from those places, I always have to bring it home and heat it up.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I don't know, but yeah, I just thought that was wild because I thought about you when because I remember you was like, people, you should know if you order a hot coffee and a hot coffee spills on you, don't blame the place. You ordered a hot coffee.
Yeah, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Oh, my pizza's hot. Well, you wanted a cold one? You should have waited 10 minutes. Don't eat it. People crazy.
Yo, so what's been really crazy is like, how everybody's AI now. Everybody's talking AI. Hey, artificial intelligence this, artificial intelligence that, all that, right? And we mentioned it a few times on the show, but the craziest story that I just heard is a woman named Karen Marjorie. She spells it Karen with a C and with a Y, bruh. Anyway, she's some sort of social influencer or whatever. Like, I guess she's fairly popular. I've never heard of this girl until the story came about.
She ain't that popular.
But she worked with some sort of fintech company to create a AI version of her personality because she does tons of videos. Like, she has tons of content. They took all that
you're
content.
Talking about, yeah.
Yeah, they downloaded it into this computer program. They created this AI that basically impersonates her.
Mm-hmm.
And what she does, I have to say, this is pretty genius. She charges $1 per minute for people to talk to this bot. Because talking to the bot is like talking to her. Has all her personality likes, her cadences, everything. The bot now has over 1,000 boyfriends and generates around $70,000 a month.
That bot is cheating.
I was going to ask you, Frankie, if I could take all the content from this show, download it into an AI, and let people date you, you think your wife would be bad?
Well, according to Felix, I'm cheap, so that I'll probably get like one person. No, but
bro, can you imagine? That is going to the next level. Imagine somebody takes all of our content from the show, all the episodes, they download them all down, they have our voice, they have everything, they put it into a computer program, and people could date the idiots.
Yeah.
This could be a whole new revenue stream.
Is that cheating? Is that
that's
cheating?
The thing. And you know what James just said? He says that seems kind of dangerous to her because some guys are going to think they are talking to her. And some of these guys, and that's 100% right, I think some of these guys might get emotionally attached to her because I saw another report where some girl married her AI bot saying that he's the perfect boyfriend or the perfect man in her life. Like people are building these weird emotional ties
Yeah, that's
to this
crazy.
AI. I mean, we saw this
So
in that
it's
Joaquin Phoenix movie, right? When he falls in love with the
oh,
AI, the
was it
robot.
her? Was that the name of it? Her?
I think her.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But so first of all, that's AI catfish. You're
AI. It's called AI cat.
no, it's AI catfish. You know when people get
Oh, you should.
catfish,
Yeah,
exactly what's happening. First, all right,
bro.
let me tell you something about AI. And I said this to you offline.
Yeah.
People need to look at it and don't be afraid of it. Embrace it.
Oh, absolutely.
I told
I love the productivity aspects of AI.
I
I think the
told everybody
productivity aspects of AI and the functionality is a game changer for us to do way more with
right.
less effort. So I
So
love the technical advances of it.
when
But
you and I were talking,
huh?
no, when you and I were talking, I told you what you need to do is for everybody, and I said it's not just to you, but individually, but in general. And I actually sent you a copy. If you have a problem with grammar and all that, use the AI and update your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I sent the demo, an example to you a while ago,
Yeah.
and I put finance, podcaster, author, and I think gym, like working out fitness. It wrote out the exact. It almost described you.
Yeah.
To
It
the
was a
T.
solid little blog. Like it had
Right.
emojis and everything.
Yeah. So people need to actually take this stuff and embrace it because it's gonna make your life easier. Now,
No, 1,000%.
I will tell you right now, there are people out there. Oh, I need a recipe for this. Grab an AI. I need a recipe, quick recipe with, and put the ingredients that you have. It will make it will give you the right amount that you need to make whatever you want to make.
Yeah.
I've messed
Let's
with it
get
already.
I was going to say there is one caveat because what we have noticed is that a lot of these AI bots, though they are, let's just say, a 90% success rate, 10% of it is usually misinformation. We have seen reports where
Right.
some of these things have been a little bit inaccurate in some of the things that they've been saying or some of the things that they've been promoting. I know ChatGPT had a few, Bard had a few, Bard definitely had a lot. Their debut wasn't even that great. And again, I'm with you that the productivity of AI coming into human lives, I think is awesome. And I love all the features and benefits of it. I just think that some of the misinformation or somehow people are using it from a social standpoint is a little troublesome because we already have this issue with social media and browsers and so forth manipulating our algorithm. Because I think AI has been around long before we have these
It's been around.
applications that we have now. It's been around forever.
It's been around forever.
just
The only
think-
thing it hasn't been
yeah.
public. It was forced to be public.
Yeah, we just haven't branded it. I feel
Right.
like it wasn't just branded, but I think AI has always existed through algorithms from whether you are on social media using Facebook or Instagram, how the Explore page caters to things that you like and how it just keeps feeding you information. That is AI. That's artificial intelligence customizing your playlist and your template to conform to your kind of personality. I think that's the same thing with YouTube, and I think even more so when we get into more streaming services, like whether you use Netflix or HBO, whatever it might be, they're finding out what you like, they find out what you dislike, and they're creating matches for you. And I think AI is just that, but with bigger branding and a much more expanded language system to allow you to talk to it instead of talking to it more robotic, like how do this? You can now just be like, hey,
no, which is out there.
Compare these two things, and so forth.
But people need to understand that AI will never ever be able to change a diaper. Will never be able to save you if you're going through a crisis. It's not going to save you. People need to understand that this is just another tool out there. People were afraid of Facebook because it's like, I'm going to create my own family. Obviously, you don't create a new family in Facebook. You create a lot of nosy people in Facebook. Okay. People were afraid, they were afraid of cell phones because they were being followed. They were being tracked. Guess what? Everybody accepted it. And guess what? Everybody has a cell phone.
Yep. They said the same thing about the internet.
The
internet came out, they were like, oh my God, the government's going to have all my information.
They have it already.
Now with the internet.
They have it already. Listen, we don't live in a world that has secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that if the government wants to know something about you, they already know it. It's there already. They can pull it from your cell phone. They can pull it from your work history, your credit report. They have access to all this stuff. I mean, it's like like if they need to get to you, they can.
I mean, frankly, we're using their satellites, so
Yeah, I mean, like there's nothing. Listen, everything right now. You go to buy a washing machine, right? It comes with an app. They can tell, like they say, oh, you can just download the app and you can be in another room and when your clothes are dry or you finish washing. You don't think when you signed up for your cell phone, you didn't read the fine print. A lot of the stuff you can still they still gather the information and put it out there. If you read the fine print, a lot of the fine print of the stuff that we use day to day, you would never ever use the internet, a cell phone, TV. You wouldn't want cable. The biggest thing that happened with cable TV, I'm telling you right now, is that it's all digital, easier to copy, easier to get the data. Analog's very difficult. Over the air is hard to do. That's why you got people.
That's how people was able to steal cable.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you understand that. Why did the cable company go from they want to go completely digital? Because analog, there's no trace of it. There really isn't. Over the air, okay, yeah, they can do it, but it's a lot harder to do than putting it through digital. Everything has a
that put a lot of hustlemen out of Newark out of business, man.
You ain't lying. But that DVD lady still exists,
they
though.
hustle because of that, man. Felix has been out of work ever since we went digital. Ever since Files came along, Felix can't even get another hookup anymore.
Yep. But the DVD lady's still making DVDs.
Yeah, man.
Talk about that. So I went to the barber. I went on Friday.
Yeah, how's your barber doing?
Oh, he's doing well.
That's good.
Man, I'm underpaying. I'm not saying anything, though.
Man.
I found out what he charges.
You found out.
Yeah, I'm not paying that. I'm just going to play stupid. Dude, for real.
Wow.
I'm on the and I give a decent amount, but I can't believe how much he charges.
So wait a second. Let's just take a pause for
Yo.
For those that don't know, new listeners, Frankie has been visiting his barber for about 20 years.
Long ass.
And he has always paid him the same flat rate. And then recently, during the pandemic, Frankie said, you know what? He deserves a raise. I've been giving him the same amount
for a
so
long
many
time.
years.
Yeah.
He's getting more because you know what? His service is consistent. I like him.
I go in, I get a haircut, I'm out. Yep.
He's getting more. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, Frankie does not know what this man's rates are.
No.
He's just going on the belief that I give him money, he nods, it's good, I walk out.
Right. So recently, I was at the barbershop on Friday. So there's no signs or anything. They still don't have the signs. But he was talking to the guy that was before me because I got there a little early. If you get there early enough, he'll squeeze you in.
Okay.
And which I like. Like my appointment's for 4:00 and I get there at 3. He'll try to squeeze me in early, so he can have that slot for somebody else. And it's cool.
Wait, he doesn't do appointments?
He does appointments. So if I want to be there for 4:00, guaranteed, I sit at 4:00.
Gotcha.
But if I get there at 3:00 and he has like a 15-minute gap in between, he'll start cutting my hair, and I'm totally fine with it because he's really good, bro. But when he was talking to the guy that was cutting he was cutting his hair before I sat down, and he told him, he goes, yo, my rate's going up. He goes, really? And then he gave how much it is. He goes, man, all right, man, fine, no problem. And I just sat there and I just like,
with your mouth
holy
open.
crap.
Frankie was like, wait, you're going to pay that?
I was like, wow.
You don't want to talk about it? You don't want to negotiate?
And let me tell you something. Barbers, don't get me wrong. It's a talent. I get what you do. But I don't see how a barber should be making almost, if he's cutting 4 people, I don't see how he should be making $120 an hour. I don't see it.
Yo, let me tell you something. Barbers are the new rappers.
No kidding.
Barbers make money, bro. Barbers, if you think about their clientele now, they are now able to customize their clientele where they could focus on a select few of clients that they want to cater to, and each of these clients are going to pay them a fixed amount that they determine. Because barbers is a service. This is something AI can't replace. You can't replace barbers. You can't replace beauticians. You can't replace anyone who's delivering a specific custom service to a client. You just can't. And man, these barbers now, their prices and their rates, like
Are
they got my
insane.
barber, he's chill. Like his rates are reasonable. But I've seen other barbers, they charging anywhere upwards of $50 and up a cut. And I'm talking about that's just the cut. That's not even your beard. That's not anything. But the days of people paying just $20 for a haircut, those are gone.
I'm gonna get myself a
Like-
Floby.
Yeah,
A Floby. Remember that?
A float? What's the float? What you?
It was that vacuum cleaner hair,
That,
that vacuum cleaner infomercial thing they used to cut people's hair.
oh shit!
I'm gonna have to get one of those. But let me tell you something. Not for anything. I think it should be. I'm starting to get a bald spot, so his price should be going down because he's gonna.
You saving him money.
I'm saving him time now. I'm just like he can skip this spot. I mean, like, but no, but
cut around it.
just cut around it, just
gotta-
like the landscaper does.
It's like landscaping the lawn. You
Yeah.
got this whole area. You don't even need to touch anymore.
Those are small bushes. Don't touch that. Yeah, but no, seriously though, he makes bank, and he only works.
Man.
He only works Friday and Saturdays.
Bro, I see some of these barbers. So I work near a very so I work at a financial services company, and right next to that company, we have this very sort of bougie restaurant. And this restaurant it's like really for high clientele. Like I went there for lunch and it was expensive. It's really it's big money that coming in. And they market it as such. It's on social media, whole 9 yards. Anyway, the people that come in there, and you kind of talk to people who are nearby. If you're like, you catch a conversation or they, in passing, whatever.
Right.
And I ran into some people in there, or a guy in there, and that was friends with another coworker of mine. And I was like, wow, man, that guy's doing really well for himself. He said, yeah, that's my barber. And I said, what? He said, yeah, that's my barber. And this guy was dripped out. When I mean, he had expensive clothes on. He had jewelry on. I said, he looks like a rapper. I was like,
yo, they're making mad money.
Cow. Like, I said, he's your barber? He was like, yeah. I said, how much he charge a cut? He said, bro, he charged like $80 to $120 a cut, depending on the hair. I said, wait, what?
Dude, it's money. It's a lot of money.
Y'all holding it down.
Yeah.
Y'all getting it done. I gotta respect the hustle. Just don't do it to me.
So I'm gonna tell you a story that happened. We're gonna pass the barber things out. Somebody I know, can't give a name because he didn't give me authorization to do it, has to pay child support, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get him for an outrageous prices.
Oof.
Like
He must be
insane.
making big money then.
No, it's just, like if he gets a raise, his ex-wife wants more money. And they just for the record, they live in Florida, so there's not nobody that's up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes to court and they raised him. And the judge asked him, what's the problem? Isn't that your child? He said, I don't understand. If I'm watching TV and they tell me that I can feed a family of 4 with 19 cents a day, how come I have to get $1,500 more
He did not
money?
say that.
Yeah, he sure did.
Oh my God. They're gonna throw the book at him. You can't compare the U.S.
Yo,
child support system to a third world country where it's 19 cents a day you can feed 100 families.
so the judge was like, excuse me? He goes, I need to understand. Where's the concept? How does this work? Should I leave the country? This is what he's saying to the judge. The judge laughed a little bit and then was like, oh, wait a minute, you're serious.
Like, this guy can't be serious.
And he's like, yeah, I'm serious. How is it that I can feed a family? So this is from what he told me. He says, I'd rather feed another family than pay all this money for this person when they're ready. You saw the numbers. They're just getting me for more money.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he's got to go back to court because the judge did not know how to rule on that.
What? Oh man, you already started with the conversation with Florida, so I already knew this was going off the rails.
So I'm like, and I said to him, so now you're screwed because they're gonna charge you for that, and then they're gonna tell you to feed a third world country family.
They're gonna add that to it.
They're gonna add that to it.
You know what? on top of the child support you're paying, we want you
Yeah.
have a mandatory payment to this third world country to
Yeah.
help these families in need, since you got so much to say about wanting to help these families.
Can you imagine?
Nah, but I will say that the whole court system in regards to even the child support system and how that is divvied up, it definitely needs to be tweaked and reworked, because it's not fair for either party.
No,
Either,
it's not.
and it's always either, it's very polarizing. It's never a good compromise. It's either A, you're excessively paying more than you should, or B, you're not paying enough because the person know how to scheme the system to make it look like they got no income because they get nothing but cash. So it looks like they're not having to pay much of anything to help support that child and not be in that kid's life. Because I see that with deadbeats too. So there just needs to be a better system in place. And unfortunately, it's always murky whenever you deal with domestic issues, man.
I'll give an update on that one when I get the answer to it. But yo, that is like a legit thing to happen. And I was like, yo, I'm a little embarrassed, but I want to know the outcome. But that's crazy. Mimi just threw into the quick chat. She was talking about when we were talking about haircuts. She said if she was to tell us what her sister charges for a cut, we fall out of our chair. First of all, women.
Women,
it's a different world. You guys been. But that's a different type of thing. We're talking about men with just 17 hairs on their head and a couple of on the chin.
Barely any hairs.
Yeah.
We're talking there's more hair on our face than on top of our head.
Yeah.
We're paying these outrageous prices. Women, you guys are getting your hair cut, dyed, blowed, washed, everything. You're getting the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. And
even then, and hair always been expensive, I feel like, with women.
For
God
women.
forbid you putting extensions in there, or you doing a rinse and all that stuff. Yeah, you guys, that's a whole nother bag.
So
we're just going in there literally for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And these jokers are trying to charge close to $100 for a cut.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
So I was talking to a hairstylist not too long ago. She's like, "Oh, my average, I start at 180. 180?
Dang, that's the floor. That's the floor."
She goes, I go, "That's your base?
That's where you step in."
She goes, "That's your base?" She goes, "Yeah." I mean, like, she goes, "Unless I'm doing like a blowout, and then that's like 70." I was like, "Are you kidding me? To blow dry hair?"
Yeah, man.
I started YouTubing how to blow dry hair.
I ain't gonna front, man, because some of those hairstylists, they got doing some nasty people hair.
Oh yeah, that's too. That's a different story.
Man, I've been seeing some of these like stories about women going in there with hair looking like it's infested.
That is straight up nasty.
And some woman got to comb that, go through it, wash it, and yeah, God bless y'all.
Yeah.
Anybody in the service industry, if you got to do women's feet, like
feet are nasty.
if you got to do
feet
pedicures and good for y'all, man.
Well, let me tell you, I look at these people that do feet, and then I'm like, you got. It takes a certain type of person, because I would be like,
yeah.
I see crusty toes, and I'm like, ugh, no.
What's a job that no matter how much they pay you just not doing it?
HVAC. that came out quick as hell. I won't. There's no way. Listen, one of my closest boys.
Wait, talk about Frankie. If you was had no choice, you was basically like, this is the only job you can get that can match the current salary, so you can provide for your family. You just not doing this job.
I'm going back to stripping. I'm charging by the pound, like I said before. There's no way I can't do it.
Oh man,
dude, my boy, I love him to death. He does this type of work, and then I'm like, so how was work? Oh, I went to a house where there were hoarders. Can't do it. First of all, I fear mice.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a horrible thing, like a deep fear, like beyond what you could ever imagine.
This is worse than needles and
worse. Oh yeah, I start to heavy breathe and pass out just thinking about it.
Wow, that bad. Mice. I see a rat. I can see you freaking out.
I don't care what it is.
Really?
I won't even go to Disney. I'm telling you. It's that bad.
Mickey is no friend of yours.
No,
got it.
And then I hear, oh yeah, so I was in an attic, and a mouse crossed by me. And I said, so what'd you do? He goes, well, I had to finish the job. You stayed there?
He's like,
he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, you leave. And they have the right to get up and leave if they feel like they're in danger. I go, but isn't that danger? He goes, no, he just ran by me. I go, it ran by you. No, I'm out.
Yo.
I'm out. I can't do that type of work. Nope. I'll go work in the cemetery. I have no problem doing that. I'll dig up graves or whatever you want to do. Stuff like that. I have no problem. HVAC,
Oh
not
my
doing
God.
it. Not doing it.
Not doing it. All right, so that's the job you won't do. No, I have a job I will never do. I never forget. It was the guy I was watching that stupid show, Dirty Jobs.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be the guy that has to clean the sewers,
Ugh.
bruh. You want to talk about every form of nasty? Like we're talking
Yeah.
the sewer,
Yeah.
like where everything goes. So
Yeah.
mice are the least of your
No.
problems. You gotta hope you don't come back with some
No.
bacterial disease that's gonna put you on your
Yeah.
back and kill you just from breathing it in, bro. The guys that gotta like go in there and clean sewers between the nasty water
Mm-mm.
and they gotta put those suits on and go in it. Nah.
Well, I'm not doing that either. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing HVAC. I'm not going into people's houses because I skeeve. And the thing is that I'll slip. I'm like, you're nasty.
He's you
I'm-
just look at him and discuss.
I'm
Would
like,
you
I-
lights on before he comes into the house?
And then there are people that they look at you like, what's wrong with my house? Well, you have 400 plates in your sink.
Ugh.
You have rat poop and all this other garbage all around your house.
Yeah,
You expect me to walk
yeah.
in there? No, I'm not doing it. You can freeze. Have a nice day.
Ugh.
I'm not doing it. I will not. I'm telling you right now. I'll figure something else out, but I'm not doing it. I'd rather work the graveyard shift like at UPS and empty trucks day in and day out than do that job. And that's one of the worst jobs you could ever have.
Oh yeah,
That's no joke.
That was the job I had.
Yeah, we just and that right there. There's no like, oh, I could take a 10-minute break. You have to work
No.
that straight through.
Yeah, man.
Not doing it.
Oh man, we went across the board here.
Yeah, dude. Listen, not bad for a phone call. For those who don't know that just joined the chat, we're actually doing the show through a phone call because the studio is a kind of a
It's in the works.
not ready for today.
It's under construction.
It's under construction. So yes, we
Oh,
decided
man.
that's why you don't see any cameras because like I said earlier, I looked like I busted yesterday. Not gonna happen.
Nice. All right, man. I think we did a solid show, man. I think we covered a
We'll
lot of
find out.
content. We went across the board. Oh, by the way, I want to say another thing about me being sick. I got to binge a lot of different shows and movies. Just some of the standouts that I can remember off the top of my head because I was a little delirious. I saw J-Lo's new movie on Netflix. It's called The Mother. You know what? Say what you want about J-Lo. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, she's this, she's that. And the thing is, I haven't loved the J-Lo movie since Selena and Money Train. When she first came out, I
Okay.
felt like everything else has just kind of been like so-so for me. But The Mother, I thought was actually it's pretty predictable. Like you kind of know what's going to go down, but she looks great, and she did her thing in this movie. It was an action Jason Bourne female kind of thing, and it was pretty good. And I watched. I finally saw that movie that you told me to watch, Top Gun Maverick. I believe you told me to check that out.
I did.
I finally watched that. That was really good. It was very nostalgic.
Right, but it wasn't great.
Mhm.
It was good,
What's that?
but not. It was good, but not great.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was good. It was. You
Right.
know what it was? What made it very good for me. If you grew up in the '80s and you saw the Top Gun original movie, I love all the callbacks to it. I love the callbacks to Goose. I was actually touched to see Val Kilmer in it. I didn't know Val
Yeah.
Kilmer was going to be in it, to the point that when he appeared in it, I thought it was going to be CGI. But no, he actually did the movie when he had the throat cancer, and they just did the script around it, and they actually CGI'd, I believe, his vocals, so that he could speak. But they used old video clips or whatever to make him speak. Because I was like, that can't be him. Because I remember at this time he was sick.
Right, he
So the
couldn't, but
fact
he
that
couldn't even
he was
speak.
in it, that touched me. Because I like Val Kilmer. I was a big fan of his.
Yeah, I like Val Kilmer. I finished watching Succession, which was pretty good. Great show.
Oh,
It was on
I heard
HBO.
that's an amazing
So
show. That's definitely on my to-do list. A show that you don't need to watch, or a movie you don't need to watch, is called Reminiscence with Hugh Jackman. I like Hugh Jackman, but that movie was
Yeah.
man. Oh, and I saw this other movie which I recommended to my in-laws. It's called The Survivor. Deep movie. It's about a guy. It's based on a true story. His name is Harry Haft, Haft, and it's basically the story of a Jewish man during the Holocaust who was forced to box against other Jews for the Nazi
yeah.
entertainment. And it's a dark film, obviously, just based on that premise alone. But you get to see his journey of him trying to move on from that trauma. And and they show you the flashbacks, everything he kind of went through. It's just called The Survivor, and he basically had a fight against some of his friends and other Jewish prisoners that he didn't want to fight, but in order to survive another day, he had to do it. And then he ends up actually going on to fight after this whole thing, like after he got out of the Holocaust and he managed to survive, he goes on to fight Rocky Marciano.
Really?
So really moving movie. I will tell you that it did drag a bit because it's very long. So it's over 2 hours, but it was a very good movie. I would say definitely check it out. And Woman King, I saw that too. So yeah, got to binge a lot, saw a lot of movies. Just wanted to give a few 2 cents on some of those shows if you want to check them out and you can.
All right.
But let's wrap it up with some food for thought.
Oh damn! I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, but don't worry because I got my food for thought is going to piggyback off a topic that we didn't get to touch on because Felix already said he was depressed, and I didn't want to depress him further. But I saw something where the Surgeon General said that loneliness is just as deadly as cigarettes, and he was pointing out that depression is on the rise. With 1 out of 6 adults are being diagnosed as being depressed or being treated for it. They saying this is almost 10% higher than it was in the prior year. Some of the factors that contribute to this is obviously it's harder to make a living right now with the way the economy is, the politics, and so forth. And the biggest factor, of course, with me and you have been beaten in the head over and over again, is social media and how that's contributing to people, psychological effect, and how, it's often said, there's a famous quote where comparison is the thief of joy. And if you're on social media all the time and you're digesting all these like sort of life events of other people, you start comparing your life to theirs and you start feeling inadequate. You start feeling some type of way. So I just wanted to kind of like just touch on that only because after I saw that announcement, I was talking to a friend of mine and she shared with me this awesome message that I want to share with other people out there for the food for thought section. And the message is, pull it up. It says, sometimes you're unsatisfied with your life, while many people in this world are dreaming of living your life. A child on a farm sees a plane fly overhead and dreams of flying. But a pilot on the plane sees the farmhouse and dreams of returning home. That's life. Enjoy yours. If wealth is the secret of happiness, then the rich should be dancing on the streets. But only poor kids do that. If power ensures security, then officials should walk around unguarded. But those who live simply sleep soundly. If beauty and fame bring ideal relationships, then celebrities should have the best marriages. Live simply, walk humbly, and love genuinely. All good will come back to you. So thank you for my friend. Shout out to Patricia for sharing that. I thought that was a dope message and wanted to just share that for food for thought. Again, don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. Find goodness in every day and continue to love your life. Your turn, brother.
Well, you didn't give me much time there. No.
Oh, but we got plenty of time. This show goes on as long as we want.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
That is true.
I didn't give you much time to think of a food for thought. We do it every week. Frankie, hit me with the one that me and you was talking about on the phone the other day. That you dropped it and it was dope. Like me and you was just talking.
Oh man,
that was a dope food for thought. That was just us having a random conversation.
Yeah, but I don't. Did I write it down? I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I wrote it down. Jesus.
All right.
No, I don't think I wrote it down. Son of a gun.
All right. Well, you like the Denzel Washington one. So, without commitment, you will never start. Without consistency, you will never finish. That was Denzel Washington. All right, let's get out of here, Frankie. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much.
Now I feel empty.
Frankie?
Hello?
Yeah, you about to say something?
Yeah, but I now I feel empty. I feel like I have to find something, but I just, damn it. All right, for next week, I'll have 2.
You drop 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop 2 next week because it caught me.
2 bombs.
You know what it is? This feels more like a phone call than anything.
I you dropped one on a phone call with me. You were talking.
Yeah, but I didn't mean that didn't happen on purpose.
I cannot with you. Okay.
Oh, I'm an embarrassment.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for rocking and rolling with us, and we hope you enjoyed this podcast as much as we enjoyed sharing it with you guys. Again, this is our first time doing it over the phone. This was a good test run. We do not know how this is going to play back when we hear it, so I'm looking forward to replaying this episode and hearing it all over. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. For everybody in our chat, shout out to Mimi, shout out to James, shout out to Lewis, shout out to Ro. Shout out to everybody. Half pint. Again, congratulations, and Mimi, congratulations to your newborn, to the new addition to your family. Appreciate all of you. By all means, continue to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts. Stay up to date on all of our newest episodes. Be sure to follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram as well as on Facebook. And once again, we give you these lessons so that you could achieve your blessings. We appreciate you guys rocking and rolling with us. DJ Fire, take us out of here.
So listen up.
Life lessons with idiots. Till next time.
Goodbye.
Peace.
We out of here.
Not
Frankie,
bad.
do we still continue to talk? Because now, normally we wait for the
Well,
play to keep going. Like,
well, it's I don't know. I mean, like it was good. I think.
wait, don't we have to wait for like the feed to finish up and then we can turn it off?
Well, no, I still have the feed.
This is the worst outro we've ever done.
Hey, but listen, it's not a bad one either. So I mean, like it
I can't.
it could be worse. It could be
Oh
worse.
man, I
No,
just hope the audio came out good. I hope
Yeah.
you're right because a few times when you were talking, the signal was breaking, so I was like, "Oh God, I hope it doesn't sound like that on the recording."
But remember, I get the copy before it goes out.
Ah,
So regardless of whatever the show sounds like on the outside, I still get a copy here before it streams to the public. So I should be able to make the changes here.
alrighty then.
If there's anything, but we'll figure it out.
Enjoy your day, Snookums, and try not to break anything in the studio, okay?
No, I'll try not to. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye, Buttercup.
You need a role model.